Rent, the team-based game published by Frostkeep, has finally been released, and like many others I decided to hop in and have a look how it was. But while I was playing I discovered something rather odd. Something that made me think that this game isn't really as team-based as the devs wanted it to be. So what I found out is that in this game you can make your own personal base, which on the first thought should be fine, but it's not really that. So this is one of the servers I joined. I was new, I was fresh, so I decided to have a look around and see what type of resources they had, if they had weapons, if they had armors, if they had any sort of advanced technology. And as you can see, there's plenty of items in the furnace, the sawmill is full, there's nothing really out of the ordinary. They're not as far with building, which is fine. They could have been busy with gathering resources or more with crafting. So, I gave it a go and decided to look around more. And I really didn't notice any community storage, which was weird because, they were all running in armor and they all had, advanced bows. So I asked, where is the storage? Can I get a bow? Can I get some armor? But nothing was really said to me in this server. So I just ran around trying to find stuff. And then I saw in the middle of the base a big pile of stick baskets. So I thought, okay, maybe it's in here. But most of them were empty. Maybe a couple of users' resources or a weapon, but nothing really advanced. So I asked again. And they said I had to check the big base outside. So that got me a bit confused. Why would there be a big base outside when you can build the actual base here? As it turned out, there were two big groups in the server that didn't really get along. One of the groups said that the other group was hoarding items, so they decided to both build separate bases, which is really weird for a community game. So any new player that came in had three choices: join one group, join the other group, or play solo, which is weird because Rent is supposed to be a team-based game. You should be working together as a faction, not separate your own faction and play in separate groups. So I decided to go back to the server list and find myself a new server, a server with an actual community. So I joined this server. Now from the outside it looks pretty much the same as any other server. They are a bit further in building compared to the other server, but it's nothing really special. So I decided to have a look around again, find resources, see what technologies I had. And one of the first things I actually saw was this storage, and it was also labeled. So meaning that they were actually already working as a community and also wanted order within their community. Something I really enjoyed seeing compared to the other server where it was basically empty. So I decided to keep looking because this server was interesting to me. I liked it so far. But I still wanted to see how many resources they had and if they had any more storage. So I found these weapon racks and they actually were filled with bows. Bows I was free to pick and free to use. So I asked, do you guys have any armor? No, we don't have any ready, but we can make it for you if you want to. Note that I was fresh, I just joined the server, so they actually wanted to help me out. Meaning that this server was more of a community already than the previous server. So at this point I decided to join the server. I looked around a bit, see if I could help anyone, and I decided to go to the top of the structure. And in the distance I saw a base being built. So I decided to check it out, just to make sure there wasn't a big group on the server after all. And when I got to the base I saw it was rather small, and it wasn't even finished. The foundations weren't fully built, the roof wasn't fully built, and there were only like 2 items in there. So I asked just to be sure what it was, and they said it was a solo player that joined on the first day and wanted to build something for his own. So on this server the community was really playing together, playing as how the game was intended to be. I personally would like them to remove the feature of building your own base in this game. I know that you want to cater to certain groups of people, but you designed a team-based game, yet you give people the tool to make their own bases, driving a wedge within factions. And at the end of the day, this wedge created by solo players or different groups will make them lose the game. If you want more information on the game, I'll leave a link in the description down below to their website. I've also started streaming Rent, so if you want to see more footage, please come say hello in my Twitch channel. I'll leave a link down below. I want to thank you all for watching and I'll see you guys on the next video.